Hello and welcome everybody to yet another episode of Intercept Indian Football. Happy New Year, guys. It's a late one, I guess, but Happy New Year from our side. Today, we'll be discussing and predicting and analyzing as well the India versus Australia AFC Asian Cup game, which is like an event for all the Indian football fans and will probably decide where the Indian football team heads in future. And I have with me my main man, Arjit. How are you, man?
Well, I'm fine. What about you?
Man, I'm good, man. We already talked
Yeah,
about. Let's get into
yeah.
the point. Let's get into the video. Yeah, let's
You
start.
know, yeah. Let's start.
Yeah, so both India and Australia are placed in Group B, and we'll be facing them on 13th, that is tomorrow, after the video drops.
Yeah,
And they are going to have a mouth-watering clash. I guess we'll have a very much mouth-watering clash because both Australia and India, they are hungry, and Australia can't take India lightly. I guess because India is there, man. They are at that level, and I don't think it will be easy for them, and neither for India. Yeah, let's move on. Australia, they are ranked 25th in the FIFA World Rankings, whereas India, on the other hand, are on 102. A
102. Yeah.
very vast difference. But it's just ranking. The 90 minutes matter. Yeah. So let's talk about Australia first. Australia, they have been really good. They recently played a friendly with Bahrain. Bahrain are
Yeah.
86th in the FIFA ranking, and
Yeah.
Australia stormed past Bahrain with the scoreline of 2-0. And
2-0.
I saw, yeah, I saw the game, not from legal sites, but it was a good
Obviously,
game.
you
But
cannot.
I
Yeah.
cannot watch here in India. But
Yeah.
Australia, talking about Australia, they were really good with the ball. They were creating diagonal, they were using diagonal balls a lot. I saw them, the second goal which they scored, that was right from the middle of the line, the midline. They played a diagonal
Yeah.
ball beautifully to the other side, and bam, he assisted. And then, if I'm not wrong, they sent to forward. I forgot his name. He scored a beautiful header, and they got the
Yeah.
second goal. And even the first one, they played a diagonal ball to the wings. The winger crossed it, and the Bahrain guys did an on goal. But overall, they were very good with their ball control. They were good in the attacking half as well. So, Arjit, any thoughts about Australian team?
Well, you cannot actually take Australia lightly, can you?
We can't take, man, and Australia can't
Yeah.
take us lightly as well.
Yeah. So, by the way, you told me I had not watched the match of the Australian friendly against Bahrain.
Okay.
But from what you told me, I guess they are confident with their approach. And
Yeah.
that's going to be one key factor that Australia is going to have. They will have this as an upper hand over India,
Yeah.
just because India did not had any friendly matches before the AFC Asian Cup. They just had a couple of weeks camp, uh, which I think is not sufficient enough. Meanwhile, Australia, they played friendlies. They had some camp as well. So yeah, it's not going to be easy for India. And you told me about crosses. So Australia are really working hard on crosses. They do have that target man whom they can target inside the box, who can actually finish.
Right.
And they do have centre backs, quality centre backs. Of course, there's a centre back named Harry Sutar, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Premier League player, if I'm not wrong. So yeah,
Yeah.
everything is going as per Australia's plan. Meanwhile, if you look at India's approach, it's not been good. Yeah, I can understand that Eagles match maybe thought of avoiding any sort of an injury just before the AFC Asian Cup, because already India lost Jigsan Singh, they lost Anwar Ali, and rumors have said that it's now Sahal's turn. So yeah, everything is not going the way of India. It's not going the way of India actually, but is going the way of Australia. So yeah, things are not going to be easy for both the sides.
There were rumors that India was going to play China on 7th or 8th of January. They were going to play
Yeah,
friendly, but due to some
I
issues,
saw
I
that.
guess. Yeah, due to
Yeah,
some issues, they could not.
I guess it was because of the clashing between the ISL fixture and the
Yeah,
camp. Yeah, and their
yeah,
camp as well. So yeah, that might be the reason. But anyway, it's going to be a difficult job for India because the last time we played in the AFC Asian Cup, I remember we played it friendly against the same China team in China.
yeah,
So yeah, that would and we actually held them to a goalless draw, which means a lot for India, which meant a lot for
yeah,
India, and that gave enough confidence for the Indian team to go perform well in that last edition. Unfortunately, crushed out in the group stages against Bahrain. After that lose against Bahrain, so yeah, it's not going to be that easy for India. But yeah, there's nothing wrong to be optimistic.
yeah. We have to be optimistic. But Australia, we have to analyze a bit of their game as well. Since you have not
Yeah,
watched their games, the recent games, I'll be
yeah,
talking to you about it, and you
yeah,
share your views about it. Okay.
yeah.
So
Okay, okay.
The Australian coach, he has a very
What's
good
his name?
mindset. What's his name? I have to check, man.
Yeah, same the
I
case.
just
I only
um,
know I only know one Australian coach, and his name is Kevin Muscat, and I guess Ange Postecoglou. These are the
and
two Australian coaches I
leave
know.
the coach aside. Leave the coach aside. But yeah, he's a
Yeah,
really good. He has a good mindset. I have seen him. I have seen his team play, so I can predict that yeah, he is a good guy, most
yeah,
probably. And Australia prefers playing a 4-4-2 formation. They
yeah,
dominate the ball in the midfield, and the fullbacks do the turns with wingers, and then man, they cross the ball, and the two strikers, Duke and Silvera, these guys
wow,
are lethal in the box. The goal which I was telling you about, the Bahrain games, it was an
yeah,
assist by Silvera, one of their forwards, and
and
it was a goal by Duke, they're another
wow,
forward. Okay, so they combined together and scored a really brilliant goal. You should check out, man. I'll send it to
yeah,
you sometime.
yeah. I'll check it out.
So they actually dominate the midfield, and we have even seen in the World Cup as well, even
Yeah,
against likes of Argentina, where they had Enzo Fernandez, McAllister. Australia dominated the
they
midfield, man.
yeah, they did dominate the midfield, and I saw that match against Argentina. Man, I thought for a moment they were gonna choke Argentina. They were thought
Yeah,
I was sure because the confidence they had in that match, just like they did not feel the pressure of facing any big team. They
yeah,
came there, conquered the mind of hearts of people, and of course, they were unfortunate enough to knocked out of the pre-quarters. But yeah, they did perform well, and
and they're
they
very
performed against France. Even they
yeah,
performed against France.
man.
So
They are
yeah,
very
uh,
precise as well,
yeah,
man, in their attacking side. They are very accurate,
yeah,
man. They play those diagonal balls, and they are really perfect in the box. They create less chances, but they convert the chances. There was only two shots against Bahrain as well, but they scored both. And yeah, that's it from Australia's point of view. And
yeah.
they
I
are
want to say something. I
yeah,
want to say something. You just mentioned about the chances converted by Australia. They get
yeah,
limited number of chances, and they score goals actually, and
yeah,
they concede less goals. That's their standout thing.
yeah,
And India, actually, it's the opposite case for India. Actually,
yeah,
if you look at the stats, even if you analyze the previous matches, even the SAF Championship, even in the Merdeka Cup, we got a lot of chances, but we were
yeah,
only able to convert few of them.
mm,
So against an opponent like Australia,
yeah.
you got to convert the chances you get. Otherwise, you're gonna suffer. I've told that in
That's
an
where
earlier
that's
video.
where yeah, that's where Sinclair comes in, man.
Yeah, that's where Sinclair comes in. But yeah, you're gonna against that teams, against the teams like Australia, Uzbekistan, you even do have Syria who held Kyrgyz Republic to a draw, I guess the last week, if I'm not wrong, or a couple of days back. But
Yeah.
anyway, these guys are really strong defensively. So India has to convert the chances they get inside the box or wherever it is. They have to convert the chances they get. Else, it's not gonna be easy to get points. I guess it's the worst possible group India could get in the
Yeah.
AFC Asian Cup. So yeah, if you have to fare well in this group, then you have to convert the chances you get, and you have to be strong in defensively as well. You told about Australia. You told about those two guys, Duke and I don't know.
Silvera.
I don't recall Silvera. Yeah. So these guys have the chemistry in between them. So yeah, India has to keep up that level. Else, they're gonna roll Indian defense. I
Yeah.
can guarantee say that. I can say that completely. You cannot let these guys free. And another thing to notice about that is that even if you are able to control these guys, even if you are able to nerf these guys inside the box, there will be someone who will be taking up the responsibility in the Australian side. We have seen that. So yeah, India
Yeah.
have to ensure that everything goes perfect against Australia. And I guess everything in the match against Australia, everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
And I believe that India can do that. There are a lot of potential player. There are a lot of good players who has a potential to do that. We have seen that in the Indian Super League with quality foreign players. Uh, with Indian players actually nerfing these quality foreign players. So yeah, it's not impossible for India, but you have to be really careful with the approach.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to bring out a point, as you said, that this is one of the toughest group India could have gotten. But
Yeah,
on one hand, it is, yeah, it is the toughest group India could have got. But on the other hand, don't you think it is good that we are facing teams which are ranked way above us and play good football than us? How many years will we play the lower ranked South Asian teams? No disrespect to them, and
yeah,
get our stats in a better way and not improve our skills. That's the thing, right? And I
yeah,
guess this Asian Cup, AFC Asian Cup, rather than some kind of competition, it can act as a stage for our young guys and for the experienced one as well to
yeah,
take in what mistakes they'll make and what good things they'll do, and then move forward with the qualifiers. I don't have much expectations from
yeah,
the AFC Asian Cup, because let's be practical. It's a really
yeah.
tough group, as you said. Even finishing second or third will be really really tough, considering there is Uzbekistan, Australia, and
And Syria.
Syria. Yeah,
Yeah,
we played Syria. We played Syria,
yeah.
right? A few months
We
back.
play.
They are the only ones I realistically we can defeat. No disrespect to Indian football team, but
Yeah,
looking at levels, we need to fight and we need to keep performing so that we secure as much as possible and move forward with the positives and learn from our mistakes.
I actually like the point you said. You know, more than taking it as a competition, I guess we should take it on a future purpose. For the long term purpose. India obviously have a lot of young players.
Yeah,
If you look at the previous edition squad, India had a lot of good players, but they did not have most of them did not had the experience of handling that pressure. We had
yeah,
Sahal Abdul Samad, we had Anirudh Thapa the last edition. But these guys actually learn how to play in tough situations, and they emerged to be, those guys who cemented the sport in the national team eventually. So yeah,
yeah,
this is actually a great platform for Indian national team, for the players to cement the sport, to understand what international footballers, apart from playing the teams against in the South Asian countries, be it someone like Lebanon, you know, they have to understand the heat. They have to understand everything what it
yeah,
takes to make a national team a champion side. you know we cannot be champions, but yeah, we can understand something from these teams. I guess I'll completely agree with you on that. And I guess India can use this AFC Asian Cup as a platform to learn than to take it in a competitive mode. Uh, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, yeah. Rome was not built in a day, so we need to keep on
Trust the process.
following. Yeah, trust the process and do the right things in during the process, because
Yeah,
that's what matters at the end of the day. Just for short term plans, we can't abandon our long term plans, right? If we think that we can win this AFC Asian Cup, it's unrealistic. So let's
it is
stay
unrealistic.
realistic, and yeah, let's stay. If India does well, they qualify for the round of 16 or move forward,
I'll be
man. It
happy.
will be amazing. It will be absolute story for ages, man. It will be great.
Yeah,
It will be
considering
great.
what we suffered, considering what we had suffered in the past few years, past decades.
Yeah,
We even got a invitation to the World Cup, but we rejected it because of some
yeah,
unknown reasons. And from
yeah,
there, we lost that golden generation of our Indian national team. And even if we qualify to the next round, man, that's gonna be making headlines. That's gonna
yeah,
attract a lot of people towards football, and that should be given priority. But yeah, let's
mm,
be realistic. It's less likely to happen. I'm not saying, I'm not disrespecting the national team at all. But
yeah,
yeah, if you look at these scenarios currently, India does not have their star center back who was performing for the national team every single time he got a spot in the national team. They even lost that prolific midfielder, defensive midfielder in Jitsan Singh, and obviously, from what I heard, Sahal will not be playing as well. So yeah,
yeah,
considering all these factors and the opponents we have in our group, I feel like it's less likely for India to qualify to the next round unless and until miracles happen, and I do believe in miracles. As I told before, there's nothing wrong to be optimistic. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
yeah. Well, we have to stay optimistic. But moving on, let's talk about the Indian football team as well. How will they line up according to you against the mighty Kangaroos?
Well, if you honestly ask me, we are gonna definitely feel the absence of Anwar Ali.
Hmm.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's gonna be a huge setback. And you lost a great defensive midfielder in Jigsan Singh. You lost a quality midfielder in Sahal Abdul Samad. So
yeah,
yeah, everything is going wrong. But yeah, I think India still has that capability to you know replace these players. Even if India has that players who can not make the absence of these players feel. You know, I guess in my opinion, uh, I think Ghost match might go with two formations, 4-2-3-1, or it could be 4-3-3.
okay,
So these are the players which I think they will make it into the 11 against Australia. So in the goalpost, we obviously have Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. There won't be any doubts in that. And
yeah,
if there's no Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, let's say if he's injured, then you have Amrinder Singh.
yeah,
I don't see Vishal Kate getting any chance in the
yeah,
AFC Asian Cup unless and until Amrinder gets some sort of an injury or if he's suspended.
yeah,
Yeah, so I guess Gurpreet will be leading in the back line. Gurpreet has done good in the national team last season, last edition as well. If you remember,
yeah,
last edition was dream one for him. He was really
yeah,
good. Yeah, he did really good against Thailand. He did really good against Bayern too, but unfortunately he conceded that penalty goal in the injury time. We cannot say anything on that. But yeah,
yeah,
again, he has been good. So I guess Eagles team match will probably go with Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. The wall in the defense, on the wall in front of the goalpost actually. So yeah. So now let's talk about the defenders. So
yeah,
that's one thing I guess Eagles team match will be looking forward to. Eagles team match will be having some sort of a headache in picking the players for each and every position, considering the absence of Anwar Ali. If there was Anwar Ali, I don't think Ghost match will be having any sort of a headache, some sort of even no headache for him to fix the players. But now things are entirely different. So I feel like in the left back position we have Akash Mishra. I guess he's going to get that spot in the match against Australia. You talked about those two forwards, Duke and Silvera. So I guess
Yeah,
Akash Mishra can handle them with the pace, with his
they
defending
are
skills.
tall
We have
guys, man.
seen, yeah, they are tall
Tall
guys there,
guys.
and we have seen Akash Mishra handling tall guys
Yeah,
in the wing. So yeah, I guess I strongly believe that Akash Mishra can do that well.
yeah,
And if you move to the centre back position, first of all, let's talk about Anwar Ali because this man's absence is going to be really be felt, in my opinion. But yeah, as I told before, we do have players who can replace him,
yeah.
who to not let us feel that he's absent at least for an extent.
Hmm.
I do believe that we will have a centre back duo of Mehtab Singh and
Hmm.
Sandesh Jingan. Obviously, Sandesh Jingan is irreplaceable at this stage. So what Anwar Ali did for the national team is, you know, irreplaceable, and I do believe that Sandesh Jingan can do that. He has risen up to the occasion every single time when it mattered the most for India.
Yeah,
And you talk about Mehtab Singh. I do believe there's a clash in between. I do believe that Igor has to pick one in between uh, Mehtab Singh and Lal Chungdunga and even Pritam Kotal. You cannot deny that Pritam Kotal cannot play as a centre back. He has played as a centre back for India in the past, and he has been really good as well in the centre back position. So
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be tough for Stimash to pick who the second centre back will be. Sandesh Jiman's place is cemented completely. I can completely agree. I strongly believe that. But yeah, Igor has to pick one from Mehta, Nunka, or Pritam Kotal, and they do believe that Igor might go with Mehtab Singh. And yeah, when you come to the right back slot, you do have a lot of right backs. Uh, we have Nikhil Pujari, we have Rahul Beke, and even Pritam Kotal. So Igor
Yeah,
actually wanted Pritam Kotal to play in the right back position. So yeah, things are not going to be easy for Stimash to pick the right back.
yeah.
But I guess it's going to be Nikhil Pujari. I'm
I
not
guess Pujari.
disrespecting Rahul
Pujari will.
Pujari.
Maybe Pujari
Yeah,
might start.
but Igor has that trend of keeping the players he desire in the lineup. So yeah, I do believe that
And
Nikhil Pujari is going to be the guy.
maybe against Australia, we won't go for an attacking right back because Australia are lethal and will most probably focus on defending. If we do that, then Rahul Beke is the man, according to me.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't have to be defensive all the time. Attack is
Yeah,
the best defense. Attack is
yeah,
the best defense. So sometimes you have to attack, and I don't see much contributions. I haven't seen much of a contribution from Rahul Beke. Attacking
yeah.
contribution defensively is really solid, but offensively he's kind of weak. But if you look at Nikhil Pujari, he has been really good offensively and defensively. He has done decent performance. So I guess it's going to be Nikhil Pujari.
Yeah,
Now, talking about the formations, as I told before, we'll be probably going with 4-2-3-1 or it will be 4-3-3. So if you look at the 4-2-3-1 formation, we'll be having a couple of defensive midfielders. First of all, there won't be Jigsan Singh. So
yeah,
Apuya will obviously be there. And we do have Suresh Singh who can play in that position as well.
yeah.
But you have to understand that there is Igor has to pick the back with the backups as well because there's a lot of competition is going on inside the national team camp. You have you know the fights going on to seal that slot in the national team. You do have Deepak Tangri who can play DM, defensive midfield position. But yeah,
Rather
I
than
don't
him, we
feel
could have
like,
gone for we could have gone for Danish Farooq, I guess, rather than him.
yeah,
But it's Igor,
Danish has been
so
good for Kerala.
but it's
Danish has been
Igor.
good for Kerala, but there's one thing. You cannot actually throw a player under bus so easily. Danish Farooq is playing club football for like years. There's no national team experience for him, but I guess yeah, you don't have to bring an inexperienced player for a biggest competition in Asia. So yeah, I
But
guess. the
Well,
addition
but
of Tangri makes sense.
when will we bring in players, young players, so that they get experience, right? There needs to
Yeah,
be, at some stage, we need to bring someone representing our nation on a big level so that they can feel the heat and then learn how to absorb the pressure and then perform, you know. So I guess this
yeah,
was a good time to give few debutants chance as
some
well,
chance.
but
Yeah,
but I
it's
might be
Igor.
wrong. The coach is much more qualified than us,
Yeah,
so most
coach actually
probably
knows more than.
yeah, he knows ball, man. Yeah,
Yeah, he knows more.
yeah. So
Well,
moving forward, man.
so that's about the number six position. You do have Apuya. It could be in between Suresh and Tangri, but I see Suresh getting that chance in the DM position.
Yeah,
Then you move to the attacking mids, or you can say the wingers. Obviously, Igor will be going for Liston Colasso. There won't be any doubts in that. Probably there will be Mahesh Singh as well. But you do have to pick. He has to pick one from Mahesh or Rudanta. But I do believe that it's gonna
it's a
be
no-brainer. Yeah,
Mahesh.
Mahesh. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, man. Yeah,
Yeah, and you do have that attacking mid, which I guess Brandon Fernandez can fill. But yeah, obviously
yeah.
you do
Sahan
have
won't
Sahil
be
Abdul
available,
Samad.
right?
Sahil won't be available, so Brandon has to
Is
take up
he?
all the responsibility.
Is
Is
Sahal
it?
ruled
I get.
out completely
Yeah, I
or
start.
only for the game against Australia?
Uh, I heard it's going to be all three matches.
Okay, okay. Then it's a
I
bad
heard. I'm
news.
not really sure. I'm not
Okay,
sure, but I saw that news somewhere.
okay,
So I guess that's going to be a problem. But yeah,
okay.
even if Brandon gets injured, you do have Anirudh Thapa who can actually play
Yeah,
attacking mid and defensive mid. So he's kind
yeah,
of versatile player. So he
yeah,
can actually handle both these positions. So I
mm,
feel like Igor might be happy with it. I hope certainly he knows better than us. So yeah. So in the 4-2-3-1 formation, we only have one striker, and that's probably gonna be Sunil Chetri. We all know that. That's the thing. I don't see any other striker replacing Sunil Chetri in the near future. I don't see anyone. So
yeah.
it's gonna be the same case here as well. So, but if you look at the 4-3-3 formation, which Igor usually prefers, I do believe it's going to be some sort of a 4-3-3 holding with a couple of defensive midfielders and an attacking midfielder. So I do believe it's going to be a midfield trio of Apuya, Brandon Fernandez, and Anirudh Thapa.
Yeah.
These guys has the experience of managing these tough situations. And talking about it, let's talk about the attacking side as well. So three-man attack, I see Sunil Chetri anyway in the poacher's zone.
Mm.
Then you have the confusion on whom to pick in the left wing and right wing positions, and I do believe that
One guy is
Igor
Mahesh,
might. Yeah, one guy is Mahesh, another guy could be Liston. There are
but he'll.
chances for Changte as well. There are chances for Changte as well, and obviously you do have Manvir Singh as well. So things aren't going to be easy for Stimatch.
I guess coach will most probably end up with Manveer playing on the wings because even though that guy has not been that good, but he puts in the effort, man. You have to agree. For national team, he puts his 100%. He defends as well. So maybe
Yeah,
against a side like Australia, we might need him. So he
yeah,
might stay. He might start. According to me, he should start ahead of Sangte or Udanta.
yeah.
That's my
Same
point of
opinion as
view.
well. Same opinion as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Manvir has been delivering a lot of clutch performances.
Yeah.
So there should not be any doubt that Igor will be probably going with Manvir. Then you do
Yeah.
have Mahesh. Mahesh has been really brilliant with the national team. His
Yeah. He
confident
has to
approach
play.
with the ball. Yeah, he has to play. If we have to create chances. If we are
He
playing
has to. Yeah.
defensively, we'll be probably. If we are playing defensively, or if we want to rule the midfield, then we'll probably go with 4-2-3-1 or even 4-5-1. But I don't
Mahesh
see.
should. Yeah. Mahesh will
Yeah,
most probably have the job to make runs in the spaces. The Australia while attacking, they leave spaces behind because against weak teams,
so they
most teams
so
do
they
do
usually
that.
play.
a
Yeah,
high line. They play a high line,
yeah,
so there will be
highline exactly,
spaces in the midfield. So
and the defense
in
as well.
that, yeah, in the midfield and the defense area, there will be spaces. We need someone like Mahesh to get in those spaces and create those runs and get beauties and bangers and deliver, man.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's my point of view. 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. It completely depends upon the situation at that time. But I do feel like Igor might be going with a 4-3-3,
Yeah,
or even a 4-5-1 will make sense, considering how Australia have played well in the midfield. They have dominated the oppositions using their midfield, creative
yeah.
midfield, and of course the strikers. So yeah, uh, if we have to win, I guess Igor will either go with 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, and this is my predicted lineup. Yeah,
I might not be surprised if Igor goes with a five-man defense.
yeah,
Looking
we've
at
seen that. We
his,
have seen that.
huh?
We have seen that in the prime Steve match era.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll not be surprised if he goes with the five guys behind, then just parking the
Park the
bus,
bus,
only long balls. Then I guess
and inshallah,
Mahesh, yeah. Then Mahesh and Chetri won't be of much use in that case because they are not the guys who will play good in long balls because they are kind of a, there are
short
players
guys.
who, yeah, and Manvir will do good in that case. He'll
Yeah,
be,
Mandir will do good.
his, yeah,
I
his
don't have
stocks
any
will rise,
doubts in
man.
that.
Yeah, yeah. In that thing,
Yeah,
if we play long balls, Manvir will surely do good. But let's see what happens. I agree with
yeah,
your lineup, man. Completely, I agree with you. I was just a bit. I felt bad. I was like getting Tangri in place of any other guy because Deepak Tangri has not performed that well and has not proved himself. According to me, he should not be making. And if he's making the final squad, then we could have gone with Naziri as well in the forward lineup, or we
we
could
could have
have
even
even
gone
given Parthiv, man. We could have given Parthiv as well
Parthiv a
because
chance. Yeah,
Ishan Pandita, we consider him to be the next number nine, but man, he has not even played for Kerala that much. And if you only want someone who performs in big levels, then you have to get someone who performs regularly. So a guy like Naziri and Parthiv, these guys play regularly for their clubs and perform. So
yeah.
I think they should have made the list. Any one of them, either of them.
I guess Kian Nasiri addition would have made sense. I was
Yeah.
actually surprised why he was not in the probables as well. I have never seen his name in the probables. Was he in the probables list?
No, no, no,
I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah,
no.
anyway,
Oh, we have
someone like
Rahul
Kian
KP, man.
Nasiri.
Rahul
Yeah, we do
KP made
have
the list,
Rahul
right?
KP. Yeah, Rahul KP
He's
will
good.
be
He's good.
probably he's good, but recently his performances for Kerala has not been that one which you were expecting for. He has missed sitters in crucial matches. So
He did
I
that
don't
prime
see.
Mbappe goal, man. You remember the goal
Yeah,
he scored against China? Prime Mbappe goal, man. Oof.
prime Mbappe goal. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's bad. He has been good, but he was not that
Yeah.
exceptional in this season ISL.
Yeah.
So I don't see Igor picking him. But yeah, if Igor picks him in the lineup, that means we'll be going for some 5-3 to set up, and then probably use Rahul KP to just distract the
Yeah.
defenders with the pace he has, and obviously Manveer Singh pairing up. I won't be surprised if Manveer swifts to the left wing. Manveer's position is actually right wing, but yeah, he can actually play left wing as well. So I won't be surprised if we see Rahul and Manveer playing the same time. Uh, their runs are going to be difficult, man. Difficult to predict.
Yeah. So it's almost been 35 minutes of long football talk. So
Yeah.
before ending, drop your predictions, man.
Well, you talked about being realistic. Yeah, no, in my opinion, uh, it's going to be tough night for India. Um, in my opinion, we may score a goal. Depends. If we go for the
Yeah,
parking the bus, I don't see us score any goals, realistically
yeah.
speaking. But I would say 2-0 or 3-0 to Australia.
Okay.
Even if we park the bus, they've got some sort of a chemistry in between them. They are understanding between the players is way more better than us. So yeah, I do believe that it's gonna be 2-0 for Australia.
Okay.
But if everything goes right, it may be a nil-nil draw. We have seen that
Yeah,
against Qatar.
yeah,
We have
yeah,
seen that
yeah.
against Qatar. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be a lose like 2-0 for India, or the best possible
Uh,
one, in my
a
opinion,
goalless draw.
will be goalless draw. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Taking a point
predictions.
against
Yeah,
a mighty Australia
yeah.
is something, is kind of, it
A
should be a
win,
big
a
thing.
win, man. It's
Yeah,
equal to a win
yeah, it's
because
equal
they
to a
are,
win.
yeah, they are really good. They play football on international level for a longer time of period compared to India. So
Yeah,
even getting a point will be like a win for us because
yeah, it could be equal
Australia
to a
are,
win of.
yeah. Yeah. Anyways, according to me, India will park the bus and go for that no nonsense defending thing. Rahul KP will be starting along with Manveer, and we'll get a
Maybe.
goalless draw. We'll get a goalless draw, man.
I do hope we get a goalless draw
But there
and
will be a
then get that.
lot of shots, man. There will be a lot of
Yeah,
shots, and Gurpreet or Amrinder, whoever plays, will have to do heroics because it will be tough.
it is going to be tough, really.
Yeah. So the predictions here: Arjit predicting a 2-0 win to Australia, and I, on the other hand, going on a safe side for a goalless draw. Let's see who gets more
Let's see.
hate in who gets more
It,
hate,
it
me or
it's
Arjit.
gonna be me. It's gonna be me. But I
Yeah,
strongly feel that we have that squad enough to uh, make Australia suffer. But that does
yeah,
not mean we're gonna overthrow them. Of course, they have played football more than us in the past few weeks. We have not played any friendlies. Meanwhile, Australia played a friendly against Bahrain and got a
yeah.
victory against them. So yeah, no, all these factors combined, I don't see. That's the reason why I don't see India winning.
Okay.
But yeah, realistically, if I be honest, if we park the bus, make no errors in the defense, then we're gonna get that goalless draw, which is equal to a
Yeah.
win.
So yeah, let's hope we either get a point or if our day is good enough, we get a win. The 3 points.
Hopefully,
If we
hopefully,
if we get,
I
yeah,
do believe.
hopefully if,
I do.
yeah, we
Yeah,
might, yeah. In Igor we trust. Do we?
we have to trust.
In Sinclair we trust. Do we?
Well. That's. I do believe he
Let's
can
leave
do.
it, man. It's long.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
already been 40 minutes, man.
Yeah, it's
We have a
been
lot
40
to
minutes.
talk. We have a lot to talk about, but we'll probably talk it up after the recording ends because there
Yeah.
will be some behind the scenes, and we don't want that thing going on YouTube. So yeah,
So yeah, thank
we'll
you.
be
Thank you
ending
anyway,
now. Thank you, and all the best to the Indian national team. We hope
and
and we
wishing you a
pray.
new year as well. I forgot to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah. No worries, man. No worries. I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
with the I started.
yeah.
You
So
ended. That's a good way. Let's go, man. What do you say?
so yeah. So we are wrapping up this session right now. So we'll probably do a post match one if we can.
Yeah,
But
we'll
we
try.
are having some real life commitments right now. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's not completely sure. But yeah. Anyway, let's have a pre-match and a post-match session if we can.
yeah,
And yeah, I want to wish all our viewers a happy new year. It's been too late, 9 days since the new year.
yeah,
We did not even got a chance to wish our viewers a new year. So yeah, using this opportunity to wish them a happy new year,
yeah,
and hopefully this year will be good and great for Indian football.
And for all
and
of us as
some
well, man.
hope all of us as well. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you,
Ciao.
everyone. Have a wonderful new year ahead and have a thrilling AFC Asian